it's Naturally Now here. So today I'm going to show you guys what I do from start to finish in regards to my makeup every day. So I got a few requests from my followers asking, what is your everyday makeup routine? What do you like to do each day? One thing that you'll notice from my Instagram page and my channel is that I am not a girl that does the heavy makeup. I like to try to keep it very simple and natural looking. Now, of course, there are times where, you have a special event or you have places you want to go and you want to do a full face makeup with eyeshadow, eyelashes, and the works. But for me, I try to keep it very natural looking in my everyday routine. What I want to be able to do today is to provide you guys with the top few makeup items that I feel like every girl should have in a makeup bag. In addition to making sure that you have the essentials if you're just starting out with using makeup. And so, here we go. So the first thing that I do in regards to applying my makeup is applying a moisturizer and a primer. Now, one thing that I like to do is to mix my moisturizer and primer together and then put it on my face. What I found when I do that is that my primer goes on a lot smoother and it's a lot more evenly distributed between my face. Sometimes when you put it on, even after you put on your moisturizer, it's kind of blotted in different areas and you're unable to really smooth it across your face naturally. So the moisturizer that I like to use is the CeraVe SA Cream for rough and bumpy skin. So I also use the Poreprofessional Pro Balm to minimize the appearance of pores by Benefit. So this is my primer that I have been using since the beginning of my makeup time. It has lasted through all of the different transitions of foundations and powders and moisturizers. This is the one product that I do not think I could live without in regards to my makeup. It does such a great job in regards to keeping my makeup on my face all throughout the day, and it makes a flawless finish when I put my foundation on as well. So highly recommend it. So the way that I apply my moisturizer and my primer is that I take maybe like a finger swab of my moisturizer and I put it in one hand. Then I take my primer and I usually squirt out maybe I don't know what type of size this is, so I'm just gonna have to show you guys. I applied about this much of my primer and about this much of the moisturizer that I used. So from there, I rubbed it together and then I'll just apply it all over my face. Okay, so now I'm thoroughly moisturized and primed. So now the next step is to put on my foundation. Foundation that I'm applying right now is the Urban Decay Naked Skin in color shade 9.0 apparently. Looks like this. This is what it looks like. It's kind of hard to read and see, but you guys get the idea. And then I use my foundation brush to apply it all over my face. Now the brush that I'm using is IT or IT. I'm not sure, somebody tell me which way it is. My IT brush from Ulta. I particularly love this brand of brushes. I am on the task of getting more. I can't afford to get them all at once, but I probably get like a new brush like once a month to build into my collection that I need. So, use this brush and I apply my foundation directly onto it. So, I'll probably do about 2 squirts of foundation onto it. And then I apply it all over my face. So you want to make sure that you are rubbing it evenly all the way across your face. Now with this particular foundation, it is buildable, so if you want a heavier coverage, then you can apply another layer of the foundation and it'll give you the coverage that you're looking for. But the 2-pump method that I found with this brush application provides you a nice even tone, and it's not too heavy on your face. Okay, so the next step is applying your concealer. So concealer is used to hide any unwanted blemishes or under eye like bags or dark circles. I use it primarily because I have hereditary dark circles under my eyes, and so I try to do what I can to hide those. And so the concealer that I've been using recently, and I've been using for about a year now, this is the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in color medium / dark 2, which is also named for caramel. So if you're looking for this and you're a similar complexion to me, go ahead and get it. So the way that I apply this is I take my applicator and I dab it on about 3 times. Now if I want a heavier coverage one day, then I'll do, there's a slant, and so I put the slant side on 3 times and then I turn it around and I do the back side for any remainder that may be on the applicator. And you see, that's how it looks. And so I do the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, turn it around, apply 1, 2, 3, and anything else that's left. And then from there, recently I've been applying my concealer with my fingers just because I've liked the way that it's been applying to my face a little bit better. But there is the other option of using a beauty blender. Now if you aren't trying to get your fingers dirty or you want to use something to apply your concealer, I would highly, highly, highly suggest using a beauty blender. If you have no idea what that is, it's the sponge. One thing that you need to make sure you understand is whichever beauty blender that you get, or whatever, you know, applicator type sponge you get, it is the right type. Some of them are used for dry makeup, some of them are used for wet makeup, some of them are used for all over coverage, some of them are used just for applying concealer. So make sure you look at the packaging to recognize what type of beauty blender that you are purchasing and using on your face. If you are using like a cream or liquid based makeup, then you should wet your beauty blender. This is what a dry beauty blender looks like, and this is what a wet beauty blender looks like. You can see the difference in sizes. Literally the same thing, but this is wet, this is dry. So you want to make sure you use the wet one if you're going to use one. So I will show you guys what it looks like with me using my finger versus using a beauty blender. You can do either one, it's totally up to you, it's your choice. So you want to dab it on in there along where your eyes are and where your nose is. Like with my finger. This is what it looks like with the beauty blender. You can definitely see it's a smoother application with the beauty blender than it is with my finger. So I'm just gonna even it up a little bit. Okay, So you see there's a little bit of product on the beauty blender, so you want to make sure that you are washing this consistently. So wash your brushes and your sponges. Alright, beauty blender done. Now from here it's kind of up to you on which area you want to tackle next. It's between doing eyebrows for me and applying my cheek makeup. I'm going to choose to do my eyebrows. Now, one thing that I say is that I am no makeup expert. I am only showing you guys what I do to apply my makeup so you guys can get a fresh start and figure out, you know, what you do for your own makeup that works for you. So don't think that everything that I do you have to mimic, but I want to give you guys a broad idea as to what you can start to do to build your own collection with makeup and make sure you have the look that you want to achieve. I don't use any type of special brow application or some type of brow makeup. I don't do that. I keep it pretty simple because I like to be cost efficient in some areas, and my eyebrows is definitely one of them. I use a spoiler that I probably stole from Ulta or Sephora as my way to brush my eyebrows out, so go ahead and get you one of these. And then I also use a dark brown eyeliner for my eyebrows. So this may not be the traditional method that other people like to use, but I feel like it's very cost efficient and it helps me line out my eyebrows just as well as if I use some expensive eyebrow cream or whatever. So this is what I use. I got like the name of it is already kind of rubbed off, but I got this dark brown eyeliner from Walgreens, and so I usually buy 3 or 4 at a time, so I don't really have to go back, and it lasts pretty long. And so they're maybe about $2 at Walgreens. What I like to do is to take my little spoilie and brush my eyebrows out a bit. Now please don't judge me. My eyebrows need to be waxed, which I need to do that very soon, so we're just gonna work with what we got today. And so what I do is I try to do the top of my eyebrows first. Trying to get in the camera for y'all to get a nice line, and then I do the bottom to also get a nice line of where my eyebrow needs to go, and then I kind of just fill it in. Now I did a pretty light application. I didn't really press very hard when I was applying my eyebrow here. So that would be the key that I would say, is to give a nice light line of when you're applying it, because if you apply it too heavy, it'll be too dark and it'll look crazy. So do a light application. So let's do this other eyebrow. Okay, we're getting a little out of line here, but that's okay. You want to try to make your eyebrows as even as possible and as natural looking as possible. If you're not an eyebrow expert and you get your eyebrows a little bit uneven like I do, then all you have to do is grab your concealer that you used before and do a light application, dot, 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 around your eyebrows to clean it up. Also, this is good to use if you need an eyebrow wax soon and you have some stray hairs that are kind of lingering, you don't want them to show. You can put some concealer around your eyebrows and they'll be fine. So then you just take a little brush and clean it up. So if you're looking crazy and you can see all the lines with your concealer, all you have to do is take your foundation brush and buff it out a little bit. And then we're good. All right, so now we're gonna transition to doing our cheeks, which I feel is probably like my favorite part of doing my makeup every day. It just makes me feel like nice and glowy and pretty when I put my cheek stuff on. So here we go. I like to apply 3 different things to my face. I like to do a highlighter, a blush, and a bronzer slash contour type thing. Now the highlighter is something that I just added recently. I could not find one that looked good for me and my skin tone, and so I just recently did, and so I'm very excited about that because it looks beautiful every day. But I used to only do blush and a type of bronzer contour application. So what I like to apply first is my highlighter, and right now I'm using the Morphe High Impact highlighter in the color Mirage. Looks like this. And so I do maybe 3 dustings of that, and then turn to the side and apply to my cheek. You guys can see it because I can't look at the camera and show you. So, and then I do the same thing to the other side. And this is also a choose your own adventure. If you don't want this much on your face, then do maybe like 1 swab there, and that should be great. And then I apply my blush, and I'm using the Becca mineral blush in color Flowerchild. So clearly I may need some more soon. I'm running a little bit low, but this is what the packaging looks like. And I also do about 3 swabs of this, and I apply it right underneath where I put the highlighter. Also very buildable, so if you want more of an impact on your face, go for it. And then the last thing that I use is a bronzer contour. So I use the Morphe Brontour bronzer and contour in color Showmance. So, and it looks like this. I grab my flat brush. See, it's completely flat. And so recently I've been kind of mixing it between the two. So I do like that. Maybe a little bit too much. And apply it right where underneath where I put my blush. I apply it like a line first, and then I blend it out with the whole brush after. And I like to kind of rub it up the side of my face a little bit just to blend it throughout. Okay, so honestly, that is the basis of my everyday look for my face. And so at the end, I like to spray my setting spray in the NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. So this is what it looks like. And I do maybe about 4 or 5 spritzes to my face. Let's see. I think I counted 6. And last step is to put on your mascara. Now, you want to make sure that you are applying your setting spray before you're putting on your mascara. Why? Because if you do it after, then your mascara is probably going to get wet and it's probably going to run down your face, or when you blink it's going to go on the bottom lid. And so you want to make sure you are applying your setting spray before you put on your mascara. So for me, I do like an everyday, maybe 2 coats of mascara. If I just want, you know, to look like I have eyelashes, then that's what I do. Now with this mascara, it's also very buildable. And so if you want something a little bit more dramatic, then you just apply more coats and you'll get that. Also, if you get a little bit of mascara above your eye, just take a Q-tip and wipe it off. So, that way it doesn't look so messy. And you're all set. So just apply a little lipstick. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to Naturally Know Now. Right there. And I'll see you guys next time. See you later, girlfriends.